June 10, 2015, Springfield, Missouri. A mother is found brutally murdered, and her chronically ill daughter, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, is missing. The shock and distress ripple through the community, leaving many questioning why anyone would harm such a beloved mother. The tragedy sparks emotions, with one person exclaiming, "I was crying, you know? Oh my God, dude, somebody killed her." Inspired by the Disney movie Tangled, this case is revealed as a copycat crime, shedding light on the potential danger within a mother's love. Gypsy watched Tangled repeatedly, one of the few movies her mother allowed her to watch. Little did they know, this Disney movie would significantly impact their lives. Gypsy's obsession with escaping her confinements grows after seeing the movie, setting a series of unforeseen events into motion. For Gypsy's half-sister, Mia Blanchard, the unfolding events bring shock and disbelief. She expresses her astonishment, saying, "I thought it was crazy. I was mind-blown. I was like, what else was she lying about?" This story emphasizes the complexity of understanding a situation without preconceived notions. It challenges the idea that what one thinks they know might not always be the complete truth. It's a reminder that happy endings, often found in fairy tales, can sometimes manifest in real life too. Gypsy's life begins in Louisiana, seemingly devoid of medical issues. However, her parents' turbulent relationship and eventual separation leave a lasting impact on her life. Rod, Gypsy's father, felt the pressure to marry, but later realized it was not a happy union. Despite their split, Rod wanted to be there for Gypsy. Dee's behavior regarding Gypsy's health becomes increasingly concerning. Despite medical tests indicating no significant problems, Dee insists that Gypsy has sleep apnea, a condition causing interrupted breathing during sleep. She's resolute in her conviction about Gypsy's health issues, even when medical professionals find no evidence supporting her claims. Gypsy's life becomes a series of doctor's appointments, medications, and treatments, all influenced by Dee's insistence on her daughter's supposed ailments. From a CPAP machine to seizures, hearing aids, and even a wheelchair after a minor accident, Gypsy's health narrative evolves under Dee's manipulation. Dee's controlling nature extends to the point of inserting medications into Gypsy's feeding tube, worsening her daughter's health conditions. The household is filled with medications, painting a picture of a sick child. But despite it all, Gypsy unquestioningly trusts her mother's actions. Rod and Christy Blanchard, wanting a relationship with Gypsy, are consistently denied access due to Dee's restrictions. Dee's fabrications about Gypsy's health, coupled with her control over information and isolation from the outside world, create a deeply troubling environment. The comparisons between Gypsy's life and the Disney movie Tangled, where a young woman longs to escape her confines, become strikingly relevant. Gypsy, too, dreams of freedom from her tower-like existence. Hurricane Katrina acts as a pivotal point in Gypsy's life. The natural disaster allows Dee to manipulate the situation further, portraying themselves as victims and reinforcing her control over Gypsy and the narrative of her health issues. The media attention garnered by Dee's portrayal of Gypsy as a severely ill child leads to numerous charity offers, Make-A-Wish experiences, and financial support. While the world perceives Dee as a dedicated mother sacrificing everything for her daughter, the reality behind closed doors is starkly different. As Gypsy grows older and starts questioning her mother's actions, their once seemingly close relationship begins to falter. Dee's continuous lies and manipulations, even about Gypsy's own father, shatter the trust Gypsy had in her mother. In a quest for independence and freedom akin to Rapunzel in Tangled, Gypsy encounters someone she believes can help her escape, leading her to make choices that defy her mother's control. The parallels between Gypsy's life and the themes depicted in Tangled become evident, a tale of entrapment and longing for freedom. The story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a tragic reminder of the complexity of human relationships and the dangers of manipulation and control. This narrative touches upon the elements of a deeply troubling case, highlighting the intricacies and tragedies surrounding Gypsy Rose Blanchard's life, mirroring a chilling resemblance to a modern-day fairy tale gone awry. "Track Gypsy down to the man's hotel room," she said, I went in his room, and we were just talking, nothing had happened. My mom was banging on the door and it's demanding I get out the room. She promised Gypsy that if she just came with her that there would be no consequences, that the guy would be fine, that she would be fine. And then she got her home and all of that changed again back at home. Dede unleashes her inner witch. She smashed her computer with a hammer, she took a handcuff and attached it to a chain, and she kept her chained to that bed for 3 days. Her mother told her, "If you ever do this again, I'm gonna do to you with the hammer what I did to your computer." Gypsy is really truly the real-life Rapunzel, locked away in her home without a friend in the world. But that's all about to change. Gypsy wants her freedom, and Gypsy wants her independence, and Dede can't control that. She smashed the laptop with the hammer, and when it was time to get a new one, she called Rod, wanting a new laptop, and sent off the laptop, and it was, "Look what Mom got you." Gypsy sees the new computer as her only way out of the house. Dede took sleeping pills to sleep, so with her mother conked out, it gave Gypsy some time to roam and to be in the house and to get on the internet. That was a safe time. On an online Christian dating site, Gypsy meets 24-year-old Nick Gadajan from Wisconsin. When Gypsy met Nick, it made her feel needed and loved. She could be real, she could tell him the truth, and he didn't judge her. For Nick and Gypsy, it was like love at first sight with the first internet message. Immediately, they became a couple. They talk about their future pretty quickly. They're going to get married. They're going to have children. They begin naming their children. She really was looking for a way out. She knew that Mom was never going to allow her to leave, and she really wanted to leave. She knows that maybe I'm still sick, but maybe I'm not as sick as Mom thinks I am. Gypsy tells Nick everything about her life with Dede. She was able to meet the closest thing to having a Prince Charming. She was able to meet a man who was able to rescue her, at least in her mind. For over 2 years, their secret online relationship blooms, Rapunzel and her handsome bandit. Gypsy believes her affair with Nick is true love. Just like in the movie, Tangled, Gypsy's been talking to a guy named Nick online, and even though they have never met, they think they're in love. But up until this point, her overbearing mother, Dede, who insists Gypsy has multiple illnesses, has stood in the way of her happiness by keeping her in a wheelchair and by restricting her with all these medical issues. She was ensuring that she would keep Gypsy with her forever. But instead of love, Gypsy feels like the real-life Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. In conclusion, Gypsy Blanchard's story is a deeply tragic and complex one. Her life, entangled with the manipulative grasp of her mother, Dede Blanchard, mirrors a real-life fairy tale gone terribly wrong. Gypsy's journey, reminiscent of Rapunzel from the Disney movie Tangled, was marked by abuse, control, and a desperate longing for freedom. When Gypsy took matters into her own hands by orchestrating her mother's murder with her then-boyfriend, Nick Gadajan, it was a twisted attempt to break free from her mother's suffocating hold. However, this act, in reality, only led to more chaos and tragedy. Unraveling the layers of deception, it was revealed that Dede had been suffering from Munchausen by proxy, a disorder where a caregiver fabricates or induces illness in someone under their care. Gypsy was not the sickly girl her mother portrayed her to be. She had been living a lie her entire life. Gypsy and Nick were both held accountable for their roles in Dede's murder. Gypsy received a 10-year sentence with the possibility of parole after 7 years, while Nick was convicted of first-degree murder. Despite the harrowing circumstances, some see hope for Gypsy's future. There's an ongoing petition to pardon her, believing she served enough time and deserves a chance at a new life.